is Susan Memley. I'm the Director of Fine Arts, and it is an absolute thrill to be here and to celebrate our middle school bands tonight. Before we start, I just want to extend a really huge congratulations to all of our performers. Whether you know it or not, you've undertaken an incredible journey. You've learned to read music, you've learned proficiency on your own instruments, and you've undertaken teamwork as very large groups. These skills, this dedication, this hard work, are things that are going to serve you incredibly well through the rest of your journey here and beyond. So I applaud you, I congratulate you, and I want to join with your family and friends in extending a warm welcome to all of the bands, Mr. Harris, and to a great middle school concert. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out tonight. Again, my name is Mr. Harris. It's been an absolute joy to work with your students this year. I want to thank some of our music teachers and faculty who are here to help out tonight. Tristy Keenan, thank you so much for coming up. The 6th graders love getting to see you at these concerts. Thank you, Whitney Tannen, my orchestra colleague, for helping out in the 7th grade warm-up room. Thank you, Joe, for coming down from the high school to support the middle schoolers. The 8th graders can't wait to get up to the high school to work with you. And finally, thank you, Susan Memley, for the introduction. We have our next piece, which is a slow lyrical piece, and this was the biggest challenge for them. It's called At Twilight by Tyler Grant. It's a new piece. It has very colorful percussion parts and just big, warm, rich harmonies throughout. And I think it was the piece that they didn't like the most at the beginning, but now I think some of them have come around to it. And they're starting to love and appreciate slow pieces as well as the fast pieces. So I hope you enjoy At Twilight. Thank you so much, everyone. That was great. Well done, 6th grade. Well done, 6th grade. That is a really, really great performance and a very mature performance for them as well on a very challenging piece. This last one is titled Arctic Wars, Rise of the Penguin Army. Super excited for this one. It's very dramatic, has a slow, very cinematic beginning, really featuring our low brass. Which, my gosh, we gotta give it up for all of our amazing low brass players. We've been able to switch over a lot of our 6th graders this year to bigger instruments, so hopefully you really appreciate the fullness of the sound. If you switched onto a secondary instrument this year, can you give like a little wave, 6th grade? A little wave. Well done. Well done, well done. We got 3 tubas over there, 2 bass clarinets, euphonium. We've got another horn player. It's been awesome. They've been so gung-ho. And without further ado, let's go ahead and I hope you enjoy Arctic Wars. We're going to let the 6th graders come in while I talk here. The 7th grade, they've done an awesome job this year, and just this week alone has been like such a joy for them. They've been going all over to different field trips this week. So we really haven't been able to rehearse at all this week, which has been, exciting. We'll see. I'm sure this concert will be awesome, but I'm super excited to see what they do. Unfortunately, we've had this has been a challenge just because we've had some people that have had an illness that we're going to miss out on, or other conflicts just because of the trips that we've been on. But super excited to hear what they have in store for us today. We have this first one, which is titled Andalusia. It is a Spanish march and by Victor Lopez. It's in a minor key, and I'm really excited because this is sort of getting them in the mood and the groove for their Memorial Day parade, which is coming up as well. So I hope you enjoy Andalusia. So in addition to our Memorial Day parade that we have coming up, we also have a Great East Music Festival, which I'm so excited to take our 7th and 8th graders to. This will be a day where both the 7th and 8th grade will get to combine together for the first time all year, which I'm super excited for that, to see both bands make one big one. And they'll get to play for some adjudicators here at Wayland Middle School in the morning. And then as a celebration for all the hard work that they have done all year, and a celebration of a Great East Festival, we get to go up to Canopy Lake Park. So I'm really looking forward to that on Thursday, June 6th. These guys have absolutely earned it, and it's going to be a great way to celebrate our year together. The next piece will be titled Spring by Randall Standridge. This is another opportunity for us to show off a lot of the colorful percussion instruments. You're going to really hear our mallets featured quite heavily in here, in addition to lots of little nice cymbal work, some nice bass drum rolls, and we're really trying to recreate the sounds of like a spring rainstorm. I hope you enjoy the spring. This last one is a tune called Colliding Visions by Brian Balmages. He's one of my favorite composers for this age level. It's kind of like the version of Arctic Wars, right? You've got this slow, dramatic beginning, but then it really starts to pick up, right? So we are working on some time signature changes, tempo changes, key changes, all these things that we're developing throughout our 7th grade so that we can keep playing harder and more challenging music next year. So I hope you enjoy Colliding Visions. Next up is our 8th grade concert band. These guys are getting ready to go up to high school, and I'm so proud of them because we really challenged them with some difficult music this year, and I'm so happy with how they've risen to the challenge. And I'm hopeful that their experience playing this repertoire will really help them as they move up to the high school level and join Mr. Owen Wayland High School. We have the first piece is titled Three Airs from Gloucester by Hugh Stewart. This is a 3-movement piece, and each movement is in a different time signature, a different key signature. So we're working on cut time, 3/4 time signature, and then finally 6/8. This is a classic piece of the wind band literature. It doesn't matter if you're in middle school, high school, or college. Oftentimes you'll see this music get programmed. So I hope you enjoy these 3 English tunes from Gloucester. middle school band concert, and I was thinking about what can I do to make this a special night for them, because it's been such a joy. They have really led me through my first year here at Wayland Middle School. As the leaders in the school, they've been able to guide me and tell me so much about how the Wayland Middle School band program has been run, and honestly, I couldn't have done it without them. So thank you so much, 8th grade. I want to recognize all of them section by section, and I've come up with a word or phrase that I feel encapsulates the spirit of their section and what they mean to the band. So flutes and oboe, could you stand up for me? Flutes and oboe. The word that, yeah, give it up for the flutes and oboe. The word that I came up with for them is MVP. They are the most valuable players in the band. They are incredibly talented musicians. They work extremely hard. They're always practicing their parts and coming to rehearsal prepared. And they're just leaders, right? And I think they're all such fabulous musicians, and I think they all push each other and strive to be better because the person next to them is such a great musician themselves. So MVP for our flutes and oboe. Thank you guys. Thanks for being on the seat, flutes and oboe. Clarinets, can you stand up for me? Clarinets. They are role models. When I think about my 6th graders and what I want them to be, and what I want the Wayland band musician to be, I think of our clarinets, right? Whether it's just from having a passion for music and staying after rehearsal to talk about different pieces that they like with me, or wanting to play duets with me, or whether it's being a very social person that's going out and working hard in rehearsal, but then still having lots of friends outside of rehearsal, or taking private lessons, after school, right? I think about all these things, and this is what I hope all of our Wayland band students will value and grow into. So thank you, clarinets, for being role models. Saxophones, all my saxophones, can you stand up? Yeah. Now, stick with me here, but the word that I came up with was Swiss Army knife for my saxophones, because whatever I need them to do, they can do it. You're like, Mr. Harris, you need a bass line? I got you. They'll play the bass line. If I need them to play a harmony part, they'll nail it. If they need to play melody, they got it. If I need an improv solo, they got it. It doesn't matter what the band needs, right? Our saxophone section are absolutely phenomenal musicians, right? And they're always there and willing to do it. So thank you so much, my Swiss Army knives. Next up will be trumpets and horns. Trumpets and horns, stand up for me. These are the energizers of the band. I know if the band is feeling a little under energy, right, I can just look to my trumpets and horn, right, and if I give them a little bit of energy, a little bit of a push, all of a sudden the entire band takes off with them. So they're kind of like if my phone battery is going a little bit low, I just know I need to plug it in. Same thing, if I give some love to my trumpets and horn, all of a sudden the rest of the band follows suit. So they're my energizers of the band. Thank you, trumpets and horn. Low brass, can you stand up, please? Yeah. My low brass are the compass. They're my compass. They're my North Star. When you come into a new school like this, sometimes you need help, right? Sort of guiding, what is going to work, what repertoire is going to work best for this band, how hard should you push them during rehearsals, things like that. And I know that whenever I look back to my low brass section, if they're giving me a skeptical look, I'm like, oh, maybe I need to steer a different path, right? But if they're giving me nods, right, and if I'm getting some eye contact from them and they're on board with me, I'm like, okay, all right, I know I'm on the right path here. So low brass, thank you so much for being my compass this year. And last but not least, my percussion section. They're already standing. Give it up for percussion. Now this one is also a little funny. I struggled with this one a little bit because the percussion section means so much to this band, but I ended up with painters. painters. What? And the reason that I think that they are the painters of the band is because they have so many tone colors to choose from back there, right? On one piece they might be playing timpani, on another piece they're playing mallets, on another piece they're playing cymbals, snare drum, bass drum, what have you, right? Whatever is required of them, they can do it, and they just bring out so many different colors into the band that we wouldn't have otherwise. So thank you for being the painters. This last piece, I hope you enjoy, is a very challenging piece. It is called Hypnotic Fireflies, and it's going to feature all the sections of the band in different places. So, here we go. Much, everyone. Fitzgerald Jazz Band. This was a group that I started this year because I really wanted to give our young kids a space to learn how to improvise and get a chance to solo. And then our older kids were able to sort of go to the festival and go to get adjudicated and get some feedback from them. And so I'm so excited for these guys because they've come so far in learning how to articulate in the jazz style and they're able to play in a jazz band because it's really, they're all, their first times doing it. And whether it's learning, the harmonies or learning bass lines or learning how to play backgrounds and the general form of how a jazz song is constructed, I think they have a really strong understanding of now. This first piece is called Blues by Five. It is a classic by Red Garland. It was originally recorded by the Miles Davis Quintet. I hope you enjoy it. We had 4 soloists on that one. First one was, oh gosh, it was so long ago. We had Caleb on trumpet, we had Sully on trumpet, Caleb and Caden on guitar, and Sam on piano. Give it up for the soloists one more time. This next one is called St. Thomas by Sonny Rollins. St. Thomas has this really fun group where we're actually doing an island beat, all right, which is pretty cool. If you haven't been to the island of St. Thomas. This one really features our percussion section. We've got lots of drums. Sam has done an awesome job, Tage has done an awesome job on the drum sets, and during the shout chorus we'll get to feature all of the different percussion instruments throughout it. So really looking forward to St. Thomas. we got to feature all the percussionists that time. We also got to feature a lot of our string players. We had Jake on the bass, Ian on the bass, Justin on the violin, and of course, Emmy on the amazing clarinet solo as well. All right, our last song is titled Mr. PC. This is a fast bebop song made famous by John Coltrane. It is in a minor key, which is nice, so we've got a minor blues here to work on. Yeah, and we'll get a couple more soloists. Hope you enjoy Mr. PC. That last one featured Sam on the piano and Alexi on the tenor saxophone. Well done, Fitzgerald. Ellington Jazz, come on up. All right, thank you everyone. This last group is the Ellington Jazz Band. All right, we got to go to the MAJE Festival last week. So proud of what they did. They went and got to play with a bunch of other amazing middle school jazz bands. They earned a silver medal at it, which I'm super proud of them for. Well done. I'm sure they all want me to tell you that they were 1 point away from gold from all three judges. So they're very, very close, and I can't wait to see them achieve that one day. They also had 3 Outstanding Musicianships awards that were given out that evening as well, so I want to recognize them real quick. They were Charlie Tandon on piano, give it up for Charlie. And Joe Nundiaball on the drums. And good job. Million on the trumpet. This next one is Blues in Haas's Flat.
Thank
Give it up for Thomas on the trombone. Thomas on the trombone. And Elliot Hopper on the alto saxophone. Elliot Hopper. We also got to take this show on the road, which was so much fun when we went to the 3 elementary schools in our district. We got to play as the Ellington Jazz Band and the Honors Chamber Orchestra, and the Select Chorus also got to all perform at all 3 elementary schools. So hopefully we're going to see many, many more generations of great jazz bands here at Wayland Middle. This next one is called Little Darlin'. Little Darlin', we're going to slow it down a little bit with a slow ballad by Neil Hefti. And every person I show this to, they're so impressed that this middle school band plays this so well. If you could, one of the judges at MAJE said, if you can play this ballad, you can play any ballad. So I hope you enjoy Little Darlin'. Riley Tandon on piano. Ayu Million on trumpet. All right, this last one is titled Aklupaka. It was originally recorded by Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington was this, he is the standard for what modern jazz bands have become. And this is just a great example from his Latin American suite. So you're going to get a lot of Latin vibes, inspiration. All right, we're going to feature the congas and the guiro, and a lot of interesting drums on this one. And it's just a really challenging song. One of the other things that I've heard from other people who have listened to this is it really sounds like high school music that they're playing, right? They are really playing challenging parts. And I think, you could take this music that they played for you tonight and give it to any high school jazz band in the country, and they would also do a great job with it. So, Aklupaka, I hope you enjoy it. It's really going to be a journey, and we're going to feature lots of different soloists on this one. Nathaniel Magnus on tenor saxophone. Jake Schur on guitar. Charlie Tannen on piano. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I hope you enjoyed the music. We have our Memorial Day Parade on Monday, May 27th here in town. I hope to see you there. And then can't wait for our Great East Festival in June. Have a lovely night, everyone.